Welcome everybody to Blizzard Peak Hill Climb. Today we're dealing with a 2016 Koenigsegg Regera. Now this has a 1,500 horsepower, 1,474 pound-feet of torque, 5 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, which is coupled with 3 electric motors and a battery, and the car itself weighs 2,997 pounds. It's got rear wheel drive only, but it's got snow tyres and off-road suspension, and it can do 0 to 16 3.143 seconds, 0 to 105.440 seconds, and going to a top speed of 248 miles an hour. So yeah, I need to clear up a few things about this. No, the engine hasn't been upgraded because you can't do it, but it does have less weight than it did originally. It does have better suspension. Obviously off-road tyres. Well, it's off-road suspension. It's not better suspension, but it is off-road suspension. It's got those extra tyres on it, which are widened as well to help with the grip. And no, I couldn't put all-wheel drive on it either. But considering this car has only one gear and is pretty grippy in terms of those extra tyres, width of tyres and off-road tyres, it should hopefully be okay. So yeah, no idea how this is going to perform because yeah, it's a car with no all-wheel drive and no additional power, but it still has 1,500 horsepower, which is hardly anything to sniff at. So yeah, let's see what it can do. This should be interesting. Hopefully it's controllable. That's the main thing though. So yeah, one gear. So that's in itself is going to be a potential to throw up some problems, because obviously we're not always on the torque or power like we would be if we were in a geared car. I know again you can't put in a gearbox in it, well, more than a 1-speed gearbox anyway. But for a car that has 1,500 horsepower and only rear wheel drive, it's dealing with these conditions really rather well so far. Just hoping it doesn't snap so we don't spin out. There's a power. Well, that's certainly one of the fastest cars we've had down that straight. Bonus is, without having to go through gears, it's a lot quicker on acceleration when the power does come up. Really good brakes on this car as well, which is handy. I've got to rewind that. Annoyed by that. Completely got that last couple of bits wrong. Come on, we can do it. There we go. So yeah, by no means the fastest mid-engine hypercar that we've had, but at a time of 2 minutes 1 second .956, that is still fairly impressive for a car that not only has 1,500 horsepower, but is only rear-wheel drive and has only one gear, and yeah, is really well for having an unusual setup. That's still solid. So yeah, that is faster than the RJ Anderson Polaris RZR Pro 2 truck, the Jaguar F-Pace S, the Hummer H1 Alpha, and the International Scout 800A, and it's slightly behind the Subaru rally car and the Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG. So yeah, it's not exactly beating the the toughest competition ever, but for a car like I said that had 1,500 horsepower on only rear-wheel drive and it's dealing with these conditions, that's still fairly impressive. And there were some plus points to it. Like I said, when it gets onto the actual power, when it slowly starts revving up, it is really rather quick. We got up to some of the highest speeds we've ever had on this series. We're doing more than 150 at one point, and yeah, even though it was only dealing with rear wheel drive, handling wise it was for the most part okay. I know we slammed into a wall and we had to rewind at one point, but apart from that it was pretty decent. It's just a shame that we can't give it all wheel drive, because if it could, we could have easily had one of the fastest cars ever, quite frankly, that we've had on this series. So yeah, that is a shame, but still solid enough. And yeah, a bit of a weird one in terms of how it's set up as a car, but an interesting you know, a time and an interesting attempt nonetheless. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.